Hello, welcome to my Flask tutorial or web development using Python and Flask. Today we will be doing web development using Flask technology. Python technology, and Flask is the framework we'll be using. Flask is a web application framework written in Python, developed by Hamin Ronacher. So you can read more about Flask on my blog. I'll put a comment and I'll put the link down below. So today I will start my text editor. This class is not for beginners, you must have idea on Python programming language, and you must have a little idea of HTML and CSS or other front-end technology you would like to use. You can check my blog and you'll see a couple of things that will help you out, but this is strictly for web development, which will focus on backend mostly using Python technology and Flask framework. So I'll create a new file. Before we move forward, I'll show you how to install Flask on your computer. So I'll show you how to set up the environment of Flask. So mostly when we are dealing with Flask, it's recommended that we install Flask on virtual environment. So you must have Python installed on your system, on your computer. If you don't have Python installed, you can visit python.org like this, python.org. You can see you can download Python. You can come here, down here, and download Python. The latest version of Python is 3.7.0. There is different version of it. You can install it. You can just go to my blog. You'll see on the introduction, just read through the introduction. You'll see how you can do this. So I will skip all this. You'll find the main details on my blog. Once you install Python will install pip on your machine, on your computer. So all you have to do now is to install the requirement for Python for Flask. So the first thing you will have to do would say pip install virtual env. I think I've already have this installed on my computer. The virtual env is a virtual environment that will install Flask on. So you can install Flask globally on your computer. And please, this is my first class. If I'm too fast or too rush or kind of, I don't know, you can comment down below and share your interest and how you want it. This is my first tutorial on my YouTube channel. So we are waiting for virtual environment to install. Okay, I already have this installed on my computer. If you're on Linux, you will have to do something like this: sudo apt get install, I think it's virtual env, like this. So once you've done that, I'll install. So now, since we have done this, I will create a folder, my desktop. So I will cd to my desktop. So cd desktop. Now I'm in my desktop. Yeah. So now I can make a directory. Let's call this Flask class. Now I can cd to Flask class. Now I'm inside Flask class. Now all I have to do is to create a virtual environment since I've installed virtual environment. So I'll say virtual env. Let's call this Flask project. Let's hit enter. So you will wait till this virtual environment is created for you. Please, this tutorial is not for Python beginners. If you are a beginner at Python, please, you have to visit my blog and see my suggestion on Python. But today we'll focus on web development using Flask framework. Flask framework is the web application framework. You can use it to develop web applications with Flask. And there's many alternatives for it out there. We have Django, we have Web2Py, CherryPy, and so many. Flask is also popular after Django. Django and Flask is one of the popular framework in Python for creating a web app. So, and this is strictly for backend, Flask. And at the end of this tutorial will be in series. We will be able to develop a project at the end of all this. Once we learn how to use Flask very well, then we can move forward to creating project with Flask at the end. So we have to wait for this virtual environment to be created successfully. Okay, now it's done. Since we are done now, so let me check the directory. Okay, now you can see if we go to our project, the folder we have created in desktop, which is Flask PRG, which is Flask project. Okay, Flask class. You can see inside Flask class now we'll have all this. This would have been created for us by the virtual environment command that we enter. We have all this. So since we have all this, we'll cd to this directory script. So what I have to do now, first I'll change directory to this Flask proj. So I'll say cd Flask proj. Okay, now if I check, I should have this script, then I'll cd to it. So say cd script. Now if I check this script, I'll have different things. I have so many things. Excuse me. So I'll have so many things there. So all I have to do now is just type activate. Now once I type activate, I'm now in my virtual environment. Now it's just like a container that will hold our project for us, so that we won't be installing all the dependency. We won't be installing all the dependency we need for Flask on our computer directly. This will be installed inside this virtual environment, so it won't contradict with other modules that have the similar dependencies to Flask. So now since we have done this, the next thing we have to do is to install Flask. So pip install Flask. So once we done with this, please, I'm very sorry if I'm too fast or too slow. It's my first time on my channel. I'm doing something like this. So pip is a package installer for Python. Once you install